Hello everybody, Gage here from Sharp. Excited to have you with me for another shop tour video. In today's episode, we're checking out Masutani-san's shop. Very excited to show you guys some footage of our trip to Japan. We were there from the 9th to the 19th of April. This shop tour occurred on the 12th of April in the afternoon. This was our second full day in Japan. The day prior, we had visited with Echnizen Hamono. That was our first full day in Japan. So Masutani-san is one of the older gentlemen that we visited with. I think the oldest that we visited, with the exception of maybe Saji-san.
Saji's pretty old.
Anyways, he's looking great. He's still working away, man, and he just puts around his shop. You gotta hustle to keep up with him. He still has an incredible amount of like excitement and passion about what he's doing, and it's really evident in the way he talks about what he's got going on in his shop. He works with a number of his family members. His daughter, he had no sons, he had two daughters, one of which is married, and so his son-in-law helps at the shop whenever he can, and his grandson helps at the shop as well. His grandson is scheduled to be the gentleman who takes over the shop in about, I think Masutani-san said about 5 years before he retires. So I think he I don't want to make anything up, but I think he's already in his 70s. So he's worked long and hard enough. I think he's due to retire. So his grandson's got a lot of work to do and he's got some big shoes to fill, but I think he'll be able to do it. When we were at the shop, his grandson was sharpening right along beside Masutani-san. You could tell that he was very into what he was doing as well, paying a lot of attention to what his grandfather was doing on the sharpening wheel. And he was no slouch at sharpening either. He was working away while we were there, so it was really cool to see the shop in full swing. He took us through the shop, showed us his stamping machine. All of Masutani-san's knives are stamped. Absolutely nothing wrong with that. They're all still forged by a different blacksmith, and then he takes them and sharpens them, puts the handles on and does all that sort of stuff, engraves his kanji in them. So he showed us his stamping machine, this big giant thing, floor to ceiling. So that was really cool to see. It was also just amazing to see the volume that he's doing there with how few people are working there. Like, he had knives all over the place in various levels of production. So that was really cool to see. You could really get a good sense of sort of how things flow around the shop. He had his own heat treat machine as well that he just purchased. Big salt vat that he uses to heat up the knives super hot. So that was really cool to see. The last time we visited Masutani-san was like, again, 3 years ago, and he was using the communal machine at the showroom that is in the sort of little industrial park that he works in. So his shop is just a stone's throw from Echnizen Hamono, and they have like a little gift shop there. It's not technically part of the Takefu Knife Village. It's sort of its own little thing there, but I do believe Masutani-san is considered to be part of the Takefu Knife Village, like blacksmith foundation. He's just not in that physical area. But anyways, really cool to see. He then took us over to see his handle shop, where they make all of the handles, attach them to the knives, polish them up, get them glued and riveted onto the blades. So that was really cool to see as well. And then finally, before we left, he surprised us with an absolutely incredible gift that I think Jake and I will treasure for the rest of our lives. And as corny as that sounds, it was really special of him to gift us these beautiful blades. Each of us got one of these 170 millimeter Santoku. We're not exactly sure what steel type they are made from. Typically the stuff we get from him is stainless steel, but there is reason for us to believe that these are Aogami #2 or Aogami Super with a stainless cladding. Anyways, each one was hand engraved with our own personal kanji. We just kind of have to take their word for it that they got it right, because I cannot read that, but really cool. This is Jake's knife. He got this beautiful ebony handle with red Packawood ferrule. Gorgeous knife. He said he doesn't know whether or not he's going to use it. I feel the same way about mine. Mine's exactly the same, the only difference being it has my kanji on it instead of Jake's, and I got a blonde pack of wood ferrule on mine. So yeah, really, really cool stuff. It was such a pleasure to visit with them again. It's again, really cool to see these family shops and work. Really special to be able to see how they do everything there. So I hope you enjoyed this little shop tour video, some behind the scenes footage of how knives from Masutani Sana are made. Lots of love and passion goes into these guys. So, and it really shows in their knives. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, smash that like button and subscribe to our channel for more knife related content. Until the next one, stay sharp.